So, following Captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's latest disciplinary problems, is it time for Mikel Arteta to select a new captain? This is Over and Over and Over Again, the Positive Arsenal channel. Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel, Over and Over and Over Again, the Positive Arsenal channel. In this video, I'm going to look at whether or not now's the time for Mikel Arteta to look for a new captain following the latest misdemeanours of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I'm going to look at all the other candidates and decide who I believe should be the choice. Just before I get into all that, I want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, you like some positive Arsenal content, please click on the subscribe button down in the corner there. It's completely free of charge. It does help the videos to reach a larger audience. Please give the video a like as well if you enjoy it. And if you've got any comments to make at all about who you think should be captain, should Aubameyang keep the job, please let me know in the comments box below, and I do try to reply to as many as I can. So, of course, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was left on the bench for Sunday's North London derby following his late arrival at the ground for the match. It's not the first time he's done that. Apparently, Mikel Arteta made a stand, which I fully support. But looking back at this season in particular and a few other issues that's gone on with Aubameyang, I do wonder if maybe now would be a great time for us to select a new captain. I don't believe Aubameyang was the right man for the job in the first place. He only really got it, didn't he, after all that shenanigans with Granit Xhaka, that Crystal Palace game. I think now's a good time for Mikel Arteta to really make that stand and say, you know what, we need a new captain if we're going to move the club forward. So I thought what I'll do is I'll look at some of the candidates and decide who I think would be the perfect man for the job. Of course, when Aubameyang doesn't play, the armband usually goes to Hector Bellerin, doesn't it? I'm not sure he's an actual leader, really. He's our most experienced player in terms of being at the club for the longest amount of time. I think he's played the most games, hasn't he, for the first team, but he's not a leader on the pitch for me. And also as well, I think his own performances have been a bit up and down, and I think that he needs to concentrate more on playing and getting his form back to where it needs to be before he gets given any extra responsibility. So I'm not sure if giving the captaincy to Hector Bellerin on a full-time basis is the right way forward, I'm afraid. Alexander Lacazette's the other one, isn't he? He tends to get the armband. He wore the armband on Sunday, didn't he, against Tottenham? He's done that a few times again if Bellerin or Aubameyang aren't in the team. And again, I don't think he's the sort of leader. I don't personally like a centre-forward being a captain. I know maybe it worked with Alan Shearer and stuff like that, but I don't believe it's the right way. And I certainly don't like to see a centre-forward as captain anyway. And I don't believe Lacazette is that sort of player. I think when you're a striker, you need to be more focused on your own game. Being a striker is all about being selfish and scoring goals. And I would rather see our strikers be focused on that rather than worrying about being captain and trying to G the rest of the team up. I think that's a better job for somebody further back in the team. So for me, again, Alexander Lacazette isn't the right choice. I think David Luiz is probably the most natural leader on that pitch in the dressing room at this moment in time. The younger players have mentioned him before in interviews about what an influence he's having on them, and you can see on the pitch how much of a father figure he is to all the team, and he does seem to be the natural leader. Obviously, he's had a great career, got a lot of experience, won a lot of trophies. He's got that winning mentality. He's quite happy to come and face the press as well, even when he's made mistakes. And I really like his attitude, David Luiz. I think he's having a good season as well. The only concern I have over him is he going to be at the club next season? Are the club going to offer him an extension to his contract? I think if they are, and he's going to be here next year, I would definitely make him captain, because I believe that his influence on the team and on the younger players is essential. Also as well, he's likely to play most games still, isn't he? I think Mikel Arteta really trusts him as well. So for me, he would definitely be in with a shout, but only if he's staying next season as well. Kieran Tierney's been mentioned, hasn't he, as a captain. I think this is maybe for the future. I thought the timing of that video at the weekend, the cam video that Arsenal released on Kieran Tierney was a little bit of strange timing when there's been rumours maybe of change of captaincy, and obviously Arsenal fans are fully behind Kieran Tierney. Don't get me wrong, I love Kieran Tierney. I think he's a fantastic footballer. I think he's a great left back, and I think he's having a great season. I'm just not sure if he's quite ready yet. Yes, some players when they're young can be captains. Tony Adams, for example, was a similar age when he became Arsenal captain under George Graham in 1988. I just feel as though Kieran Tierney's not ready yet. I'd rather he focused on his own game. He's not a captain yet. Maybe in the future, yes, I think he could be, but not for me at the moment. Of course, probably the most divisive choice is Granit Xhaka, isn't it? Yeah, he's having a great season, and he's the one player that you can guarantee is going to be in the team every single game. He hardly ever seems to get injured. He never seems to get rested, and he's always in the team. Again, he does look like a leader on the pitch to me. You can see the other players respect him. He seems to be the leader of the group in many ways. I suppose maybe he's a captain on the pitch quite often, even though he hasn't got the armband. Now, would Mikel Arteta give it back to him? Following what happened before, the backlash that's likely from the fans, I'm not sure. Personally, for me, I think it would be a sensible choice. You know he's going to play every week, and he does seem as though he's got the respect of the other players. He's got the respect of the manager, the coaching staff, and the only thing really missing is the fact that he doesn't seem to have the respect of the fans. But for me, he certainly should be considered to be captain again, because I do believe that we haven't got many leaders, and he is certainly one of them. So who do we choose then? It's a difficult choice, isn't it? And it's one that Mikel Arteta, I think, seriously needs to take into account. Of course, this won't be the first time that a captaincy's changed midway through the season, will it? If you remember, of course, William Gallas lost the captaincy to Cesc Fabregas, didn't he, back in 2008? And of course, as we said before, Granit Xhaka lost the captaincy, didn't he, under Unai Emery two seasons ago, following that outburst against Crystal Palace. So it isn't unheard of for a captain to be stripped of their captaincy, and the players still remain at the club. So I do feel as though this is something that needs to be resolved. I think we need a better leader on the pitch, and I think we need somebody who can really rally the troops when it's needed. So for me, my choice would be David Luiz, but I say only on the basis that he is going to stay next season. It'd be pointless giving him a captaincy now for 12 games and then he leaves at the end of the season. So I would say if he's signing a new contract and the club know he's going to do that, for me it'd be David Luiz. Failing that, I would actually give it controversially to Granit Xhaka, because I believe he is the leader of the group, as I said, and I think he would be a good choice to be captain. And I think the fans would maybe accept that in time. His performances on the pitch would soon get people back on his side again, as indeed I think that's what's happened. So is this the right time for Arteta to maybe do that and look at the captaincy situation? We can't have the captain of our club getting disciplined for being late, can we? We just can't do it, and it's not the first time either. His form's not been great this season. I think maybe take that responsibility away from Aubameyang, let him concentrate on his own game, let him get back to doing what he does best, scoring goals and helping us win football matches. So that's my thoughts there on the captaincy situation. I do think that maybe now be a good time for Mikel Arteta to make that change. Whether he will or not remains to be seen. But I believe that this would be as good a time as any. There's certainly a reason to now, isn't there? Sometimes it's difficult to take the captaincy off a player for no particular reason. So I think this is a good opportunity for him to do that. But we'll see what happens. I'm not necessarily expecting him to do it. I just think it would be the right thing to do. Stay tuned to the channel, there's lots coming up. I've got the live watch along tomorrow night of the Olympiacos game. I'm expecting us to get through that tie reasonably comfortably now with a 3-1 lead. I'm expecting quite a few changes, but I'll be going live with that about 5:45. Remember, it's a 5 to 6 kickoff, isn't it? So we'll have a bit of build up and the team news before the live watch along. And I'll also do a fan cam reaction afterwards as well. Then on Friday, I'm actually going to do a watch along of the Arsenal women's game against Manchester United women. That kicks off at 6:30, so I'll probably go live about 6:15 for that. And I'm going to move the West Ham pre-match show to Saturday. I've got a West Ham fan coming on, an old friend of mine actually I went to school with, so that's going to be a really good show, that is. And that'll be some point on Saturday. I haven't arranged a time yet, but I'll put that out on social media and I'll announce it on Thursday at the watch along as well. So stay tuned to the channel, there's going to be loads coming up. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button down in the corner there. Please give this video a like as well, share the content around, and please let me know what your thoughts are about the captaincy situation. Should Aubameyang keep it, or would you rather it went to someone else? And if so, who would you pick? Put your comments in the box below. I will try to respond to them all if I can. Well, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Of course, in the meantime, as we head towards another big week for Arsenal with Olympiacos and then West Ham, come on, you Gunners!